So you are the person who will stimulate those people so that the prospective candidates can come and they can face the interview and they can get selected. Goodwill will play a very important role in the factors which will be affecting the recruitment. Now, why will anybody go and work in an organization is they'll actually see the reputation of the company as well as how much they're gonna give you the salary. You should always have a keen observation about other competitors, what is their policies, and you are supposed to manually alter those policies. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students. Now we are in the fourth chapter called recruitment. Now what exactly this chapter is all about? Now in the fourth chapter, the first session is the meaning, definition. I'll be giving you about the process of recruitment and so on. So keep watching and stay tuned and you can learn more. If you learn more, you can write more. So what exactly is recruitment? So when we go with the meaning of recruitment, let me tell you in a nutshell, recruitment means inviting people to face interview. So you are making them to come to your company and then recruitment will happen. So you are actually telling them that yes, there is a job vacancy, you are supposed to come, you are supposed to take the test, the selection test should be there, interview will go on, and then the potential candidates will actually be selected. So these are the things what happens in recruitment. So recruitment is a positive process. It is a positive process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for the job in the organization. So you are the person who will stimulate those people so that the prospective candidates can come and they can face the interview and they can get selected. When more persons apply for a job, then there will be a scope of recruiting better persons. See, that is the reason many of the company they go with, they call so many people so that the so many people whoever are searching for a job, now you can have a proper recruitment. Recruitment is concerned with reaching out, attracting and ensuring supply of qualified personnel and making out selection of requisite manpower. So what here happens is before recruitment you are supposed to do manpower planning. Now what is manpower planning? I have already explained you. Now in manpower planning what happens is how many people you want them to be actually taken in the recruitment. That is a manpower planning. Say 4 vacancies there, so you will go with 4 manpower planning. So you will go with recruitment. When you have 100 people, now in that 100 people you are supposed to shortage so many people and then you are supposed to get prospective people, the potential candidates for those 4 vacant jobs. That is what recruitment will always aims at. Next one is the process of recruitment. Now when I say process, I'll tell you it is step by step. You can't skip any of them. The first one is recruitment process passes through the following stages. What are the stages? First is searching out the source from where required persons will be available for recruitment. If young managers are to be recruited, then institutions imparting instructions in business administration will be best source. That is like campus selection will be done. Second is developing the techniques to attract the suitable candidates. The goodwill and reputation of an organization in the market may be one of the method. Now here what happens? Best people will actually come to the best places. That is what the organization goodwill should be more better. Then what happens is people whoever are really talented, highly talented, or people who are studying in a very reputed colleges, they'll actually come and they'll be suitable for this particular position. So the publicity about the company being professional, employer may also assist in stimulating candidates to apply. Now it is not the campus recruitment, even they want the candidates to apply for their companies. Third one is using of good techniques to attract prospective candidates. When you attract prospective candidate, what happens is there may be offers of attractive salaries. Now why will anybody go and work in an organization is they'll actually see the reputation of the company as well as how much they're gonna give you the salary. proper facilities for development. Now they should have a career planning and career development. See, example, Infosys being a very good name, very big name, MNC company. Now here, if you feel that, okay, I'm working in Infosys, that standard of living as well as the expectation is also higher, isn't it? Now the next stage in this process is to stimulate as many candidates as possible. Now you have gone with techniques and all. The next stage is all about you need to actually get more potential candidates. Now why you need more potential candidate? Because you need to filter in those. That means you will get a potential person for your job. In order to select the best person, there is a need to attract more candidates. So these are the process which happens. And next one we have is factors affecting recruitment. Now there are internal factors and external factor. Let's check the internal factor. The first one is the internal factor, likewise term has endogenous elements, are the components inside the association that impact selecting in the organization. Now what happens here, the internal is, the first one is recruitment policy. Now the policy of the company depends on the HR department. Second is human resource planning. Third is we have size of the organization. Say if the size of the organization is small, recruitment happens very little. If the size of the organization is very big, now you need more manpower planning, so recruitment will happen more. Cost involved in recruitment and growth and expansion. Now this is a very important one, that is cost involved in recruitment. There are many people who don't want to spend more money on recruitment, but if you understand a big corporate, now they always aim at spending more money for the recruitment, because they don't think only about present situation. They always want a person who can fit in the present situation as well as in the future situations as well. So what happens is they go with more of recruitment funds. They'll give it to the HR department. Here you need to understand that why they spend more and why they don't spend more. Now there are few companies who don't even think about their long-term plans. They are only benefited with the present and the 1 year or 2 year kind of a plan, so or 6 months or 10 months. Here what happens is they don't want to go for more recruitment funds. The reason is they feel that people whoever have the freshers or something, now they want something called experience. Now to grab their experience things, what happens is they'll call anybody and they get the work done. So that is a time where the people will get exploited, because they will be doing more work but the salary package for them is very little. There are many companies where work is less and salary is more. So both the way we actually swing. Next one is the growth and expansion. Now through recruitment, the internal factor, if there is no growth and there is no expansion, there are many people who don't even want to work in the same company. In the same way, growth is there, expansion is there. Now each and every person, they really want to work in the company. Now first one is the internal factor. Now in the internal factor, what happens is we have the first one is a recruitment policy. The recruitment policy of the organization, that is recruiting from internal source and external source, also affect the recruitment process, that we know internally as well as externally. The recruitment policy of an organization determines the destination or enlistment and gives a structure of usage of recruitment program. Second is human resource planning. Now HRP I've done a special session only on the YouTube, only for you people, so please do watch the human resource planning. You are supposed to just type hashtag and then 5th semester BBA, then you will get all the videos. Effective human resource process and procedure helps in fixing the loops present in the existing manpower of the organization. This also helps in filter the number of employees to be recruited and what kind of qualification and skills they must possess. Now here what happens is, when you go with human resource planning, you will get to know what is the manpower planning which you will be doing it, that is how many people you need for the filling of those vacant jobs. Now when you understand those qualification, you will also see the skills also. That's the reason if you have gone through any of the recruitment advertisement in newspaper, they'll specify it and they'll tell you that they need a MCOM qualifier or a MBA qualifier or a person who goes with 3 years of experience in that particular field. What exactly it is, they are giving you a right opportunity to go with it, that is the qualification, the skills, and what all the other things which they are supposed to possess, they'll give you in clarity. Next one is all about size of the organization and cost involved in recruitment. Now, why size of the organization is a factor? The size of the organization affect the requirement process, that is the recruitment. If the organization is planning to increase its operation and expand its business, it will think of hiring more personnel which will handle its operation. When it comes to cost involved in recruitment, please understand recruitment process also count the cost to the employer. That's why organization try to outsource the source of recruitment, which will have cost effective to the organization for each candidate. That's why see, when you go with the recruitment, there are n number of companies who always vouch for third party, that is the outsourcing the recruitment process, because from here the employer need to actually give funds so that you will go for all the recruitment process. It's too much costly. So what happens is people who are outsourcing only for recruitment, they will actually go for a little lesser money than if you are doing by yourself. Growth and expansion. Now, organization will utilize or consider utilizing more workforce in the event that is growing its operation. So when growth happens or the expansion happens, you will go with more of personal staff. That is, you will go for more recruitment. You will increase that recruitment. So more recruitment will happen. So these are the internal sources which affect the recruitment. Next, let's go with the external factors which will affect the recruitment. When we go with external, that is all about supply and demand. Now, we know that we need 100 people. Now, in the supply and demand, now what happens is people are watching only for more salary and we can't actually give more salary, but we need 100 people. That is all about supply and demand. The next one is labor market, goodwill or image of the organization. Now, when we go with the goodwill, please understand there is a company called Mahendra Satyam. Now, before that, Satyam was a company which was run by a person called Ramalingam. Now, what really happened is a very big scam happened in Ramalingam, that is Satyam Private Limited. Now, what happened is Satyam Private Limited converted themselves as Satyam Public Limited. After that, what happened was there was a huge scam where shareholders were giving more money and then Satyam was actually being listed in a blacklisted company, and what happened was many people, they came out of Satyam. Now, only after Satyam was brought by, like Mahendra purchased Satyam, then what happened, people have a very good idea about Mahendra, and then people started to again come back to the same job and start working. Because of the goodwill also, there are many people who will not, they don't want to actually come and work in that company. Next one is political, social and legal environment. Now, you need to understand when it comes to political here. Now, in each and every company, you are supposed to actually have reservation for few of the categories. So again, that will also affect the recruitment. Unemployment rate and competitors. Now, what happens is, say example, there is a very good company which is paying 30 lakhs per annum and the employees working there, and after sometimes what happens, there will be some other company which gonna pay 40 lakh rupees. Now people will actually jump from this company to that company. So that is also, the competitor will also affect the factors. So even that will be the factors which will affect the recruitment. And when you understand all the external, if you go one by one, like the first one is the supply and demand. Now, please understand when you go with supply and demand, what really happens here is the availability of manpower both within and outside the organization is essential factor in the recruitment process. Reason, you wanted a person who should actually get 10 years of experience in HR. but you're not able to actually get those people who have 10 years of experience because nobody wants to come to your company. Now that is a factor which will definitely affect the recruitment. Say you have said that we don't increase the freshers, but you are getting more people who are freshers. Again, that is a factor which will affect the recruitment. Labor market. Now, employment conditions where the organization is located will affect it by the recruiting efforts of the organization. Now, here what happens is, say, example I'll be giving you, we stay in Mysore and there is a company which has come in Nanjangud. So from Mysore to Nanjangud, you will have lot of distances, say 40 to 50 minutes you are supposed to travel. And you will be getting a very good package of 40,000 or 50,000 rupees. Now what happens is, within Nanjangud, so you don't have those people, that is the labor market there is little down, and you want people and you will get people who are potential only in Mysore. But what will happen to the traveling things? So that is what, again, it will affect the recruitment. That is, employment conditions where the organization is located will be affected by the recruiting efforts of the organization. Next one we have is goodwill, image of the organization. That is, image of the firm is another factor having its effect on the different government controls forbidding separation in contracting and work have coordination effect on enlisting practices. So here what happens is, I told you about Satyam. Now there are so many other companies also, if you go with it. Because of the goodwill, people really want to go and work in that organization. Because the goodwill isn't good, you don't want to actually even apply for the job interview. So that is the reason you are supposed to understand that goodwill will play a very important role in the factors which will be affecting the recruitment. The fourth one is political, social, legal environment. Now, different government controls forbidden separation in contracting and work have coordination effect enlisted practices. The reason here is, you need to understand, when you go with more of the contractual kind of a thing, the political government will also have some impact in the external factor. The reason is, say example, a company is there and a company really wants a manager. Now the political party will be calling those companies CEOs, and then they'll tell, my relatives will be there, my friend is there, my community people are there, you are supposed to take them into your job. Now what happens is, again, that will also be an effect in the organization. Unemployment rate. The element that influences the availability of applicants is the economic growth rate. At the point when the organization isn't making new jobs, there is frequently oversupply of qualified work, which thusly prompt unemployment. Now here what happens is, say a company in this pandemic itself, we have seen Infosys, Wipro, Dell, Kennametal's, Oracle. We have seen so many other companies. If I have not taken any names, I'm really sorry, but there are so many companies where recruitment had happened, people were being selected and they were doing their business, they were doing the job. Now what happened? Suddenly the pandemic came. Now many people lost their job, though they had qualification, though they were doing very good. Now what happens? Unemployment rate will actually affect. And people who are qualified there, or they're still there, now they are supposed to work the other posts also. That is, like, the vacant seats are there, right? Now they need to actually fill those also. That means what? Earlier 100 people were there, they were doing the work. Now it is only 60 people. Now those 60 people need to work what 100 people used to work. So that is also what? The unemployment rate is more, so recruitment will have a problem. And the next one we have is the competitors. Now here in competitors, what happens is, because of the competitors' policies, the employees get attracted. So what is that you should do is, you should always have a keen observation about other competitors, what is their policies, and you are supposed to manually alter those policies, because you should always retain your employees. See, you have wasted your money for recruitment, or you have invested your money for recruitment, you don't know until unless you get potential candidates. When you have potential candidates, then you have invested on recruitment. If you don't get potential candidate, that means you have wasted on recruitment. Now what has happened is, you have taken potential candidates, say supposingly Now it is a time for you to retain your employees, or else the other competitors will actually take undue advantage of their policies. So what happens is your employees will actually go to that particular company. So that is why retaining the employees are very, very difficult. So this will also be a factor. So the recruitment policies and procedure of the competitors also affect the recruitment function of the organization. Say time to time the organization have to change their recruitment policies and manuals according to the policies being followed by the competitors. So you should always have a very keen observation and you need to go with it. So I've explained you about the internal and the external source of recruitment, also how it will affect the business. In the next session, I'll be taking some more details of the next session. If you have any doubt regarding this session, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.